everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Baron Broadcast. I'm your host, Kenny Graff, and I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Juan Gonzalez.
Thank you, Juan. We just wanted to quickly say thank you to everybody who's shown us love and support so far. Continue to like and subscribe the episode. This is episode 6, which is crazy. We got a couple more to go before we start getting into playoffs. But other than that, I think, Juan, why don't we just jump into our recap and results from the week?
Let's jump right in.
All right, everyone. Welcome to the recap and results from this week, the week of 10-11 to 10-16. I'm here with Juan again, and we are going to jump into it. But before we look, I'm going to look down here in this bottom corner, and we're looking at our pre-points. This is where we're sitting right now. I have 12 points. Juan is beating me by 2 points. It's going to have to be a good comeback here today. But with that being said, let's jump into the first game here. We got a Grove City versus Westminster game. We both said Grove City was going to win. The results, a Grove City win 4-2. Each of us got a point there, so let's move forward. We got a Waynesburg and St. Vincent game. Our predictions. Both said Waynesburg. It was a St. Vincent W, 4-0. That came as a little bit of a surprise for me. I just think that Waynesburg has been a very offensively sound team, but to not score any goals versus St. Vincent is incredible, especially
what's going on in that game.
I don't know what's going on in that game, but we move on. Chatham, W&J. I said the Chatham Cougars was going to win. They let me down last week against Westminster, and with the one that Juan convinced me to pick, and I switched it. I did not switch it this week. One with the Chatham and WJ tie. The results, a Chatham victory, 2-0. They saved me here. So definitely a good comeback there. I think it was 2-0 for, I think, actually maybe the majority of that game. I know it was a pretty even game from what I think I saw. I could be thinking of another game, but we move on. We're looking at a Teal Franciscan game. This is a little bit special on Juan because we were commentating this game together. I was in Steubenville for this game. So much fun. This is our prediction. Was a Baron victory. Juan said it was going to be a 3-0 victory. I said it was going to be a 4-0 victory. It ended up being a 7-0 victory for the Barons. We at first, I think we thought that 3 and 4 goals were going to be a lot, but it wasn't as enough as what the Barons thought they could do, and they got 7-0.
They had a field day.
They had a field day is a correct statement. Anything else you want to say on that game, Juan? I mean, I know we were both there, but before we move on, I just get some of your thoughts.
I'm just glad that the boys didn't let up. They just played their soccer. They didn't play down to field level. And they just showed up there the better team. So
true.
Good job.
We got a Bethany Geneva game here. You said that Geneva's going to win. Me, as the Geneva hater, as I've been called on this channel before, I said it was going to be a Bethany Geneva tie. It was a tie. They tied 0-0. I got those points. It was an absolute screamer of a game. It was. I know at the end of the game there was like pushing and shoving when the whistle blew. It was crazy. It's huge for the Barons here because that becomes only 1 point for Geneva, and we were tied with them. That solidifies us right now at the top, not tied, as the only person at the top of the pack, which is huge for us.
Didn't Geneva have like a goal that wasn't counted or something?
It could have been. I wasn't 100%. I didn't watch the full game, but I saw some of the box score stuff. I don't know. Anyways, we move on. We got a Westminster and Allegheny game. You said Allegheny was going to win. I said it was going to be a tie. Allegheny won 5-2. I think this was actually a close game. It was going back and forth for the majority of this game, but then after a little bit of play, Allegheny just took it away. Definitely a good win for them. But yeah, let's keep moving on. We've got more people to look at, more things to see. We are looking at the last 4 games here, which is a W&J versus St. Vincent game. We both said W&J. W&J won. Easy enough. We move on. Waynesburg versus Chatham. You said Waynesburg was going to win. I said Chatham was going to tie with Waynesburg. It was a tie, a 3-3 tie. Like this, I've been doing pretty good ones.
This is a good week for you, Kenny.
This is a good week. Could Kenny tie up or even take the lead? Who knows? We're about to find out later. Anyways, we got a Geneva Teal game. Juan said Geneva was going to win. I said again it was going to be a tie. This was a game for me I said was going to be a tie for a couple of reasons. Like I said before, I think Geneva had a little bit of a softer out-of-conference season. I think that Teal was very decent offensively. Defensively, they weren't the best. Obviously, we just scored 7 goals on them. But I thought that this could be, I wanted to maybe guess there. And Juan obviously said it was Geneva's going to win. Geneva won 1-0. I mean, just a comparison. Geneva's in second place right now. They've been so good defensively. I don't think they've let up a goal yet in conference, and for a while, even past out of conference. But still, only scoring 1 goal on Teal for the last couple games. I think Teal is averaging letting up 6 goals a game is something to keep an eye out on. Definitely coming up here for future games. But moving on, last game here, a Grove City versus Franciscan Barons game. I had hope in our boys. Juan had hope, but thinks that still Grove City was going to have our number. They've had our number for years. Juan said it was going to be a 2-2 tie. I said it was going to be a 2-1 victory for the Barons. And Juan and I have agreed outside of the podcast moving forward that if we get this score correct, we get an extra 2 points moving forward. So if I say the Franciscan Barons won 2-1 here, I would get 3 points on this if they won. Same versa. If this was a tie 2-2, Juan would get 3 points on this. And then, yeah, that's basically it. So anyways, let's see the results. Franciscan came away with the W, 3-2. Absolute win. I think this is a good call, though, for you, Juan, because this is like a win-win for you. If we tie, you get the point. But if we win, it's still like a moral victory for you. So anything you want to kind of say on that before we jump into our updated points?
That game was awesome to watch. Everyone played super well. Lucas played out of his mind, I think.
So good.
Colby had a great game. Just defensively, offensively. Ryan Miller had a great game. I think the guys, they just played really well. And it was super fun to watch. Really good soccer.
100%. Let's look at this now while we have our updated points. Juan, do you want to have a drum roll, please? It's a tie. We are tied 19-19 right now. What a comeback week for me. I'm going to thank everybody again. I like to thank Coach Ridenauer. I'd like to thank my third grade teacher. I'd like to thank I don't know who else. Who should I thank, Juan?
You can thank Bethany College.
Oh, Bethany.
Maybe.
Thank you, Bethany, for the tie versus Geneva to help me out there. Anyways, let's move on here. That's our kind of completion of our recap results for the week. Next up, we have the Franciscan Week in Review. So let's roll the clip, if that's okay with you, Juan.
Perfect.
Let's see it. Welcome to the Franciscan Week in Review, where we go over 2 games this week. We're going to be talking about the Teal Tomcats, as I was calling them the Bobcats on the broadcast for about 15 minutes, which is really awkward and funny to me later. But as of right now, we are just talking about the Tomcats. And a little bit later, we're going to be looking at the goals from the Grove City team. What are they? The Grove City what? Wolverines. Thank you, Juan, my pack expert here. We are going to run here to the first goal. We're looking at Ryan Miller going to give a corner kick to John Schreiner for a header. Here's the kick, perfectly placed in the middle. John, right place, right time. This was about the 42 minutes into the game, I think. He's going to celebrate with the team like he always does. The team is a unit. We're going to move on. We have 7 goals to look at. Let's make it quick here.
Alrighty. The second goal here. Got Ryan Miller, one and only, taking the free kick. He's going to place it perfectly. Kick it right over that middle guy in the wall. just curl it right around the goalie, just right out of his reach. Perfect placement, perfect goal, perfect pace and speed. A little fun celebration that he hit there.
Little sumo celebration. All right, let's go to the
That's
next
just
one.
Ryan, he's just silly like that.
Love you, Ryan. Bye. Alrighty, so this is our third goal of the game, right? And then we're going to have John Schreiner is going to come back to this ball that's passed up here. He's going to lay a perfect pass up to Lucas Cross, who's just going to dribble up himself with his speed. Little tip it in goal past the keeper. Keeper's upset. He's laying face down on the ground. We're going to have Augie try to jump on him here. I think that's Augie. Yep. Rest of the team comes to celebrate. Well, let's go to the fourth goal. All right, so this is the fourth goal of the game. We're going to have a throw-in by Joe St. George here really quick. Going to touch by Ryan. He's going to make a great move. And then we're going to see Ryan just take it himself past the defender. He's going to lay this in, low far post. He's going to go celebrate again. A couple more angles here. What a great goal. That's 2 on the day for Ryan. Let's get to the next one. All right, for this goal, we're going to have Ryan Miller take a long pass in. Going to be flicked off of Julian Freeman's head into the back of the net. Be credited, I think, as a Julian goal here. Potentially assisted by somebody else, but that's totally fine. Another goal on the board. We move on.
Alrighty, for this next goal, we have Zach Muldoon, who's going to pass it over to Colby Rice. Colby's going to have a one-touch pass up the field to Freeman. Freeman's going to bring it down really nicely. He's going to hit it right past the goalie. It's nice, good pace, right past the goalie, near post, on the ground. Slides on that carpet, celebrates, as always. And we don't know if Colby meant to send that ball like that, but worked out.
They got to celebrate together. That's all that matters. All right, let's go to the last goal of the game here. Alrighty, so this is the last goal of the game. Nate is going to pass a ball up to Michael Pepiot. First goal of his career. Congratulations, Mr. Pepiot. He's going to celebrate with his team. Exciting. This is the future of the Barons. I know we've seen a lot of upperclassmen, but this is the future we're seeing here very briefly. Great to see that. Great to see a goal. Let's go over to the Grove City Games one. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Let's go. Alrighty, we are at the Grove City game here. I want to apologize. It is getting dark. I am disappearing into the background. My face is getting blurry. I'm going to try to keep this as professional as possible, but I'm probably just going to disappear into the background here like I have been. I don't know what's happening. I should probably turn on a light, but we've been working very hard on this episode. It's been hours, so we are going to move into the night here and continue this. So we got Zach Muldoon in the back, who is my X factor for this game. He played so well. He's going to take the ball here himself. He's going to have this long pass up to, he's going to try to aim it for Lucas. The defender is going to go off the back of his basically head. Julian's going to have a nice one-touch pass here. Lucas is just going to turn on the Jets, absolutely bury this to the back of the net. He's going to go celebrate. He knows what this means for him and the team. You see all the kids in the background dancing and jumping around. That was awesome. He's going to celebrate with some friends and family. The mascot is getting crazy with everybody else. It's a fun time. Good goal versus a great team. Let's get to the next one.
For this second goal, we have Zach Muldoon. He's going to lay it off over to Julian Freeman. He's going to turn with it. He's going to pass it over to Schreiner. Schreiner's going to say, why not? Have a hit. Goes top bins. Great goal. Goofy celebration. I like it. Good celebrate with the fans.
Not the only goofy celebration we've seen today and the other game too, but I love this. We've got one more goal to go on this 3-2 victory over Grove City. Let's go see it. All right, we're going to have Ryan Miller going to get an awesome first touch pass by Augie Rubino. He's going to take it himself, use the defender as a block. He's going to run over here. Watch this. He's going to channel his inner Ronaldo. And then he's going to go celebrate. You see the coach is happy too. That was a great play there. Coach Reiner, I actually texted Juan when this goal happened, and I said, Coach was probably not happy about that one touch pass. That was the first thing that came to my mind, but well done, Ryan, to put that in the net.
Increase the lead. By Augie.
True. Awesome, Augie. That was awesome.
Also, crazy angle. Not much of an angle there from Ryan.
I mean, just such a – he's so good. Sorry. Love you, Ryan. 3-1 at this point. Grove City did get another goal, I think, with like 2 minutes left. But that was basically it. I think all that's left now is to maybe bring on a special guest. Juan, do you want to give a little hint to who that might be?
Um, old guy, old fella.
Some may say an eighth-year senior. We will
Let's
see
just say a veteran.
a veteran, a senior. He puts the senior in senior. Let's just say that. Let's run the slide and see who our special guest is for today. Alrighty, today our special guest is Colby Rice. How you doing today, Colby?
I'm doing very well, Kenny. How you doing?
Doing well. As you can notice, Colby's actually sitting right next to Juan in Juan's home. Juan, how does it feel to have a living legend right next to you?
This honored, ecstatic, happy, joyful, nervous a little bit even.
Oh, wow. Oh,
So many words.
So many.
you can relax.
Words can't describe
You
how
can
I feel.
relax. It's okay.
So many words to
Yeah.
describe Colby. That's awesome.
Right.
Well, Colby, we're happy to have you today. Thank you for being here. We really do appreciate it.
My joy.
One thing I wanted to jump into very quickly is some people might not know this about Colby, but Colby was actually a transfer to Franciscan, coming from his previous school at Benedictine. Colby, if you don't mind walking us through that transfer process, kind of what made you come back to Franciscan?
Yeah. So I went to Benedictine. I was there for 2 years. I loved it. I had a lot of great friends. The community there was awesome. I have no bad blood with Benedictine, but my time there playing soccer was not the best. I was definitely not enjoying it as much as I had hoped. And it was actually my senior year when I transferred back to Franciscan. And that process kind of happened just because the Lord moved a lot in my heart and my mind and kind of what was going on around me. I knew there was an awesome community here. I knew there was awesome guys here. I mean, Juan, who I grew up with, was on the team. I knew a bunch of the guys who were coming back for a fifth year, like Mikey Irvin. So I knew the team had some awesome people on it. That the team continued to look better and get better and become more of a program. So yeah, I mean, the Lord just kind of made it really clear to me and made it happen. So I was really, really happy to do so, and I've been happy being here.
That's sweet. How would you say that transition was, like Benedictine's program to Franciscan's team? Was it like a tough transition, kind of getting to like know the style of play that Franciscan did, and just kind of like getting to know the guys and things like that? Like, what was that transition like?
Transition was definitely a transition. I think the style of play, the way that the teams work, are very different. Coach Ridenauer is a very structured coach. I was used to a very free flow team that was kind of based on a lot of principles that coach does not like. So I came in playing my version of soccer from Benedictine, and even before that, I was at a school in England, and coach didn't necessarily love that, and kind of there was a transition of getting that kind of player out of me and becoming the type of player that's for the team and part of the program. So it was a little rough at times, but it was overall really good, and I'm glad that I was able to make the transition, and coach was patient with me because I think he has a really great style of play and very successful.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, and part of that transition too, of like trying to change like the way you play. You came in as a center mid, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now you're playing center back, helping us with all these shutouts this season. Were you surprised by that? Was that tough to transition from a center mid to a center back? What was that like?
It was very new. I've played a lot of different positions throughout my career. I feel like every coach I had put me somewhere new. My first year here, I was in the midfield, and even coach actually put me up at target a few times. I started at winger once, and it was only once because of how it went. But yeah, I played center mid my first year, half of last year, and then by the end of last year, I was playing center back. And center back was a position that I played a little bit in high school, but not for a very long time. So it was definitely new. But honestly, I've fallen in love with it, and defending's a lot of fun, and I love shutouts. I've become kind of obsessed. So yeah, it's been good. It's been very good.
Sweet.
I think that's so cool. I've heard other people use the reference a reverse honeymoon phase with coach. I think a lot of these first years that come in and transfers, they kind of have to figure out the way that coach wants them to play. And that's something that's been, for some people, very difficult, but some people very easy. And through that process, you just realize that we're not playing as individuals, you play as a team. And that comes down to team defense, even with the forwards coming back and playing full defense. We've seen it with other individuals on the team, that transition from not necessarily being selfish, but, being, playing a different style. And I think that's really interesting to see them, transition in that way. I guess I kind of want to lighten the mood a little bit here too as well, but I want to ask you, Colby, what moment at Franciscan did it kind of click for you that, this was a place that you wanted to stay? Because obviously you could have, played for a year and gone through that phase with coach and, left again and find out another place, but where you realize that maybe this is the right place for me to be at. And then also maybe a good moment you remember, like a funny moment or something that with the team that, comes to mind there, like just two of those things to talk about.
Yeah, that was a lot in a question.
Sorry.
Okay.
We'll just go this at first. Just that moment it clicked for you that you were at the right place.
Honestly, it clicked. I would say it clicked a few times that first season. I had a pretty rough preseason, I'd say. But I ended up making the roster and kind of getting along with the guys. And that moment was one of the moments that clicked and said, okay, I can actually be here. And I can be a part of this team. I think, honestly, like in a weird way, coach playing me in different positions, I took it as a way of saying, okay, like he trusts me enough to want me on the field. He trusts me enough to play with these guys. And even though these are new things, like it's a sign that he wants me here and I want to be here. So that was another moment that I think clicked. I think those are the main ones, honestly.
And then maybe
this season we won the pack and it was huge. And just being able to be a part of that team and like actually having like a spot on the field was like, I mean, if you told me a year prior when I was at Benedictine that I'd actually be a part of a team and a program that's winning games and successful, I would have been like, no way, dude. So I mean, like it was absolutely the Lord making it happen and bring me here. And he was so faithful. So there's a lot of moments like that I felt a lot of peace with being here and belonging, I'd say.
Yeah, I would say that it sounds like that PAC championship was your favorite moment. Is there like let's say, is there a funny moment that comes to mind? You like something that you just always remember, you will remember 10 years from now. You're like, oh, that was such a funny moment for the Franciscan team that I was on. Or like somebody's reaction to something, or either coach saying or something like that comes to mind for you.
Honestly, there's been so many. It's a fun team. It's a fun program. A lot of moments with Juan and I don't know if I should talk about that one. I mean, I'll say it.
Do it.
There was a time where we had an away game my first year, and Mikey pooped on the bus.
Oh.
And it smelled horrible.
Yeah.
And the entire team had to suffer from his.
Coach was not happy.
Coach was angry. I mean, it was terrible. And that's a moment that I don't think I'll ever forget. And lately, there's been a lot of talk about the Cluck Norris sandwich from Def Louis from Julian, and it's been a great time. So I don't know. There's a number of moments that I don't think I'll be able to forget.
That's awesome. I love that. Yeah. I actually remember sitting on that bus, and then there now being a team rule that you just don't do that. So, anyways, Juan, you got anything else you're here, Colby? I know it's such a bad thing to say.
No, I mean, I'm still just so happy that you ended up transferring. I'm sure. I think family nearby too is another reason why you stayed. I don't know. I don't really have any other.
Well, technically, Juan, you're.
I want to dive into the season, but
Yeah, we can. I'm just going to say the last thing here really quick before we dive into kind of the season is you guys are technically what's considered townies at Franciscan, growing up in Steubenville, Ohio. Not very far away from the campus. Campus is in Steubenville, for those of you who don't know. But yeah, well, walk me through that, guys. I mean, it's got to be, crazy to be, growing up and always knowing about Franciscan. Like, so a lot of people just kind of find out about it through word of mouth, their churches they attend, whatever else. But, walk me maybe through of like growing up in Steubenville. How's that been?
Well, Steubenville, as everyone knows, is a destination. You know what I mean? Everyone always decides to come here. And even if they're here complaining that they're here, they still chose to come here. So um, I think it's a great place. It has a great community that makes it so good.
Mhm.
I think growing up here, and one, I'm sure you agree with me, you kind of just find things to do.
Yeah.
Like there's
You have to
not,
be creative.
yeah, you definitely have to be creative.
There's not like actual public, like
Mm.
open to public things to do, but there's a lot of places you can trespass. And if you have a good group of
Well, let's not admit that.
friends, I'll admit it.
We didn't do anything illegal ever, so that's important to say. But it's fun, and Pittsburgh's not too far, so you have a nice city. Then you have a nice little small town vibe. We got First Fridays on Fourths. That's always fun.
Yeah, community.
And I think like one said it there, like the community, you find things to do and it's fun. And Franciscan is an amazing place.
And
So
don't forget the Cluck Norris sandwich from Def Louis.
yes, cannot forget the Cluck Norris sandwich from Def Louis.
Okay, and yeah, I mean, I also want to maybe ask you here, Colby. We'll dive into the season here. You guys obviously have had a very good defensive record this season. I've talked to people before about the out of conference schedule you guys had, playing some ranked teams. Being able to tie some games with them. Coming into the pack play, you guys are undefeated so far, only a tie with Chatham. Maybe walk me through that back line for you guys. I feel like we've talked a lot of offense. Maybe some defense here from obviously somebody who's starting in the back line here. What goes into having a strong back line?
Well, having a strong back line, it's been day by day. So coach has really not let us get ahead of ourselves, and I think there's definitely a maturity on the team that we all kind of are on the same page. We have high hopes. We have a great team, and I think we can achieve a lot of good, but we have to take every game as every game. And that started at preseason with training and practices and getting ready for the season. And then pre-conference, yeah, we had a tough schedule. But again, every game we had, we took it that day, and we moved on. And Coach talked a lot this season about kind of fighting human nature and trying to dwell on some of the good things we've done, and some of the playing a ranked team and doing all right against them. The successes we've had this season, we kind of have to continue to just play as if we've done nothing yet, and fight to the final whistle. Being the back line, it's been really good. I think we have a very strong back line. Again, I would say a mature back line. This is my third year on the team. Josh has been there 4 years. Zach's been there 3 years now as well. Three. Joe St. George has been 4. Ben James is also on his third. So we have experience, we have maturity, we have an understanding. You mentioned earlier team defense, like that's huge with Coach. Everyone plays defense, and yes, it does fall a lot on us. But our front five, like dominating on defense as well, it goes a very long way and helps us out tremendously. So,
Yeah.
Coach has really been trying to harp on that this season. Last season, we definitely, I think we let in a bunch of goals that we shouldn't have, and we let teams get away with more than they should have. So, it's definitely been a focus this year, but I've been so far.
No, I think that's great.
You think, like anything has changed. Just like I guess you kind of said it's just been more of a focus this year. Because obviously their team's doing a lot better shots this year than last year. But I guess you didn't answer just like the more maturity, or something. the shutouts. But I mean, obviously, either I or Kenny are in the locker room. Have there been anything like from the start, from preseason, that was just like you guys kind of knew you guys were gonna have so many shutouts this year, or just a lot of practices being mainly geared towards defense, or
Yeah, I mean, coach's game plan has been really good. Training sessions, he splits us up and we focus on what we need to focus on before every game. Locker room has been, I think the atmosphere has been really good. It's been very serious. He talks a lot about everyone being on the same bus, going the same way. And one of the ways we do that is by team defense and fighting together, and then also fighting the full 90. I mean, at halftime he puts away the first half, and he tells us he's talking about the next 45. Because I mean, especially in the back line, like you could play a great 80 minutes, 85 minutes, and then it could mean nothing. You know what I mean? Like, so he's been really focusing on talking to us, and I think we've all had a good understanding of it. Of the success doesn't mean anything until the game's over. So,
Oh, that's awesome. Final thoughts here, kind of from watching you guys, kind of harp on that a little bit more. You guys, and I think it was Joe maybe had mentioned it, like at the beginning of the season, you guys had mentioned that you came into the season with, the most goals scoring last season you've ever scored, and that was never the issue. It was the more of the defense, and definitely this year you guys have increased that. It's been, a focus point for the entire team. I remember there's been a couple games where I was watching kind of this breakaway, and I look at the field, and Lucas Cross, John Schreiner, and Julian Freeman are all in the box, like helping on defense. It's insane. You don't see that with other teams, and that also adds to conditioning and how prepared you guys are, and it's so important. But obviously this moving forward with you guys, you're going to play a team tomorrow night. On the time of the schedule here when we're recording this, Waynesburg, who has consistently been a very good goal scoring team. They're beating teams like Carlo 8-0. We played a game against Teal. We beat them 7-0. The Franciscan did, but they also beat Teal 7-1. So I mean, they're just as good offensively, it seems, as Franciscan. So preparing for them, maybe walk me through very briefly what you guys have been doing, like what the process has been getting prepared for a team like Waynesburg.
yeah, I mean, you mentioned it. They're second in goals scored this season. They're second to us. Shots taken, second to us. Shots on target, second to us. I mean, they're an attacking team. So preparing today and yesterday was very a lot of focus defensively. A lot of watching film, a lot of kind of seeing their patterns, seeing what they do, where they find success, and how we can maybe limit that to not give them the chances that they would prefer to have, and stop them in ways that other teams haven't. So there's been a big focus, and I mean, we're not taking a single team lightly this season. So we're going to come out tomorrow 100%, and hopefully get another shutout.
Great. When that train goes by, use that to your advantage, because I know the trains. It's right next to the train tracks over there in Waynesburg. And I know you're away. So
yeah, they build a wall.
Did they?
Back. Yeah, it's new. I mean, I think it was there last season, but we had them at home this season, so we've never seen it. Oh. I'm excited.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you, Colby, for joining us today. I know you're going to obviously have more time to talk with one after this, but I appreciate you being here, spending the time. We always say that, you guys put the student athletes. I appreciate you obviously being a grad student here, coming back for extracurriculars, so
extra.
We appreciate it, Colby.
Is there any last thing you want to say to our fans?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Any statements, comments, concerns, maybe
likes and subscribes, and
Yeah, just like make sure you smash that like button and subscribe, and just keep supporting the Barons. You know what I mean? Fire me up.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate your time. Colby, go win us some more games. Go score a goal for us tomorrow. And then if you do it, hit the Suey like Ryan did.
Okay. I mean, Ronaldo's the GOAT, so.
Oh, okay. A little hot take there. Appreciate you, Colby. Have a good day.
Great. God bless.
Yeah, peace. Alrighty, thank you again, Colby Rice, for joining us in our special guest segment today. We appreciate talking with us. Moving
Colby.
forward here, we are going to look at our predictions for the upcoming week. This is 10-18 through 10-23. This game right here, St. Vincent and Westminster, are happening literally probably as we speak. This is we're just catching up on all these games here, so we don't know the score of this right now. We don't know what this is at all, but I think this is where we're going to start here for today. So Juan, if you don't mind starting us off, what do you think this game's going to end up being?
I think I'm going to go with the Westminster one.
A Westminster.
I have no idea. I'm just going to say Westminster.
I honestly think that's a good one. I might join you here for this first one. Let me see. Yeah, I'm going to join you for this first one. Make it pretty easy. Let's jump into the second one. We got a Teal and W&J game. What are you thinking?
I'm taking the Presidents.
The Prez.
W&J.
I like this pick. I think Teal is going to be coming off of a close loss to Grove City. They're going to have a lot of confidence coming in this game. I think I actually want to keep this. This is interesting. I think I want to keep it with you, but at the same time, for the channel, I kind of want to go a tie here. But there might be some
A
times
tie
like
isn't that bad. I feel like that. I don't know. I was kind of feeling a tie too, but I like when people win. I like when there's a winner and a
Are
loser.
you trying to trick me, Juan?
Hey, just go with whatever feels right.
All right, I'm staying here. Okay, we got a Chatham Grove City game. What are we thinking here, Juan?
Grove City.
Grove City.
Yeah.
I want to join you, but this one is the one I'm actually going to go a tie. I think this is going to be a rowdy game. I think this is... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I think this is going to be a rowdy game. I think it's going to be a lot of back and forth. And I think this is going to end up being a tie. I think it may be like a 2-2 tie or something like that. But, yeah, they are...
Interesting.
Yeah, I think Grove City's going to come out angry from losing to us. But at the same time, I think Chatham's going to give them a hard time with the way they play. Chatham gave us a hard time. We play a lot like Grove City. That's my explanation. All right, we're looking at an Allegheny and Bethany game. What are we thinking here?
I'm gonna go with the tie for this one,
Oh,
actually.
that's a good call. I'm going to pick an Allegheny win, I think, here. I just think that Bethany's coming off of a Groves or a Bethany tie. Or no, it wasn't Bethany. I'm thinking Bethany is coming off a tie with Geneva. And I think that's going to be, maybe a little bit confidence boost. But at the same time, who knows? I'm going to go Allegheny win. We got a Waynesburg Barron game. What are we thinking here, Juan, for a Yellow Jackets? Are they the Yellow Jackets? Is that their mascot?
Something like that.
Okay, because they look orange to me. Anyways, what are you thinking here?
I'm thinking we win.
Okay.
And I'm thinking we're gonna win 4-0.
4-0?
Yeah.
That's a good call there. I'm going to go, so your pick is 4-0 Barons. I'm actually going to go 3-1. They offensively are pretty sound. They've been scoring a lot of goals. I do trust our back line, but I do think we might let up one goal. I think we will score goals. We are at Waynesburg as well. I think that train that goes by and is really loud is going to help them. But yeah, anyways, let's move on. We get a Grove City and St. Vincent game here. What are you thinking, Juan?
Grove City.
Yeah, I'm with you here. Little Grove City victory. They're just a good team all around. So solid. Playing against them was fun. And now it is a Barons Allegheny game. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Barons win. I'm gonna say they're gonna win 3-0.
3-0. That's a great pick. Wow. I was thinking in that in my head, but I know I have to change it because we can't be the same.
It'll be interesting though because they usually play on grass. So,
but for this game, insider information. If I'll let you change your pick if you want. We are not playing on grass for this game. We are on turf for this game.
oh really?
Yes.
Okay.
You want to stick with it, or do you want to move forward?
I'm gonna stay with. Oh, actually,
Ooh.
I'll stay with 3-0.
Okay. All right. I like that pick. I'm going to go with I'll go 4-0. I think this could be a very good game too. I think Allegheny does score. They're strong. They've always kind of had a good our number as well recently, but like not to like beat us. More of like they are they're decent. Shoot. Yeah, but we are on turf. We'll be a little faster. I'm going to keep it 4-0 on that one. Let's move on.
Good.
We got a W&J and Bethany game. Ooh, this should be a good one. What are you thinking?
Ooh, I'm gonna go with the tie.
Yeah,
They're pretty evenly matched. I
I
think.
kind of want to do the exact same here. One, I'm going to join you here with this one. Sorry to. I want to put our little heads together. Move that over. While I'm doing this one, why don't you give me your prediction for the next one?
I'm gonna go with Geneva.
Geneva Chatham. Ooh.
I just think Geneva's good.
Geneva's very good. I'm going to tie. I'm going to go a 1-1 tie here. I'm not going to write it down anywhere, but I'm going to go a 1-1 tie because Chatham has some really good offensive players. I think you might take the edge here. I think they're going to let up their first goal in this game against Geneva. I think Chatham also gives up the most fouls. I think this is going to be an aggressive game, especially coming off a couple of those Bethany games Geneva just played. They are coming off a bye week, so they'll be prepped for Chatham pretty much. Bethany won't play a game here in this kind of space. But with that being said, it's still something to keep an eye out on. I think Chatham, though, will have enough energy and keep up with Geneva's team. I think it's going to be an even game. I think Geneva will still outperform Chatham, but I think it will be like a 1-1 tie. Let's see here. Teal, Westminster. What are you thinking?
Oh, I feel like there might be like some type of upset, but I don't know. I'm gonna go with Westminster still.
I feel like we haven't seen an upset yet.
Yeah.
I feel like you're planting seeds in my head. No. Oh no.
I don't really have much reasoning behind any of these.
Yeah. I'm gonna join you here. I think it's gonna be a W here. Just because I think Teal's been letting up a lot of goals. I don't know if they're parking the bus though. I don't know really why they didn't let up so many goals against Geneva. But with that being said, this is the predictions for the week. I don't really think we have anything else to really go over. It's been kind of a quick episode. Just running through everything. Yeah, I don't really think I say much, but please like and subscribe to the channel if you have time to.
Smash that subscribe button.
Smash that subscribe button. That is right. Yeah, anything else you want to say here before we run the outro slide?
I love you guys.
He means it. I think that's the most genuine I've ever heard Juan. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, appreciate everybody watching today. We are excited for the future. What's coming up with all these games? We hope that the Barons continue their streak of winning. We want to definitely stay at the top of the PAC. With that being said, let's sign off, Juan. Let's listen to a little Frankie Sinatra and bounce out
All right,
here.
Frankie.
All right. Peace, everyone.
Peace.